Peace. Good morning, family. How you doing? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency, your morning podcast of choice. It is April the 21st. Um, this week flying by. Shoot, the month, the month alone is flying by. Um, it's just been a lot, whether we're talking about life in general, our own personal life, or um, culturally or whatever it is. There's a lot of things going on, but the only thing that you can really control is you and your power of choice. So everybody that's here, especially from the Facebook space, I appreciate you always. I will always show you gratitude. So if you get tired of gratitude, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, sometimes it's good for someone to show you some sort of gratitude because that means that they see you. So being that I see you and I read some of the words that you say in the comment section, those that are on Facebook and some those that are on YouTube, seeing the words, it actually shows me that there are things that I'm saying that resonates with somebody else, and they're grasping some of the vision and some of the things that comes out. So Facebook, I appreciate you 1,000%. Podcast space, um, like always, we give shout outs randomly. So for those that are in Italy, again, I thank you and I appreciate you. India, Germany, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Canada, Indonesia, Puerto Rico, Singapore, South Korea, Africa, Russia, Pakistan, Australia, Kenya, that's a new one, Morocco, thank you, Mexico, thank you, New Zealand, thank you, Ireland, thank you, Turkey, the Netherlands, thank you, Algeria, thank you, Slovenia, thank you, Namibia, thank you, Dominican Republic, thank you, Austria, thank you. And I appreciate you. Those that's listening to the podcast on Facebook, listening to it on the Apple podcast, Spotify, and all of that stuff. We love. My audience is a young audience. As far as from the podcast, 18 to 22, they take up 39% of my listeners. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the youth for listening and just being a part of this platform itself and just listening. Good morning, Miss Selena. Just listening and want to learn about uh, what I be speaking about and the things that I find in research. Because I research not just for you, but a lot of it I'm really teaching myself in the lessons that I'm learning uh, as well. So we're all learning a whole circle a whole circle of learning. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's jump into it today. Um, Peace. Good morning. I ain't seen you in a minute. Miss Barry, welcome back. So we have a new listener, Mr. Ronnie King. Appreciate you, sir. So we're talking about I am what I choose to become. So that's what I want you to say today. I want you to confess that. If that is your affirmation for today, or the affirmation you're taking into next week, or whatever it is, or you're taking into the weekend, I want you to say that I am what I choose to become. That's like empowering, because everyone must have a vision for their life. But what vision do you see? What type of visualization are you creating? And how do you see yourself in this moment? And how do you see yourself in the coming years, or the coming days, or the coming weeks? Because what you see, you can become by executing your power of choice. You do have the ability. So again, confess that I am what I choose to become. Go ahead and share this live on your Facebook page, or share this live in the active Facebook group, because we're gonna be digging a little bit into definitions, just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, enough for you to understand power of words and the power of choice. So we're going into that. Choose. For those that are new to the platform, we go into the definition of words and then we invert them and give it a new 2022 defined definition. So the definition of choice is to decide what you want from two or more things or possibilities to select freely after consideration. But this inversion right here is white over red because it's to decide freely after consideration. To decide freely after consideration because your decision, you have to make it freely. It's yours to do. So if you decide, or if you choose what you want to become, it is free of you to do, but you have to understand that you bring value to your decision. Your considerations bring value to your choice. So you have to decide freely what you choose to become. So, what are we talking about? Decide. Because again, we're going down into this rabbit hole of words because all of them tie into the next. All of them tie into the who that you are and the who that you want to become. So, when you're talking about decide, that is to become, is to come, to come a, to come a resolution and to come a resolution in mind as a result of consideration. Again, we see consideration in there twice. We see it in the definition of choose, and we see it in the definition of decide. So the inversion on this is red, is a resolution in the mind. That means that it's something that you have to choose freely inside of your mind that can actually begin to take shape in a physical form only after you decide mentally inside of your mind. Your power of choice is really the power of thought. I'm going to say that again. Your power of choice comes from the power of thought, a resolution in the mind. So, what are we talking about? This resolution thing. So, a resolution is a firm decision to do or not to do something. Remember, when we're talking about choice, it is to decide freely. So therefore, this inversion is red over white. So it is a firm to do or not to do. It's freely. It's free of you to do. But when are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Because when you do it, you choose what you want to become based off of your power of choice. So it is a firm to do or not to do. That's the resolution of you becoming what you want to become. It is a firm to do or not to do. It's just like if you're in some sort of board meeting, whether you're at city council or you're a nonprofit organization, and when they say all those who are in favor say aye, and all those who are in favor say nay, that is a firm to do or not to do. So what type of firm are you going to choose for yourself to do or not to do? So, four reasons to choose. I'm going to give you four reasons to choose, and what you choose to do with them is solely up to you. Because remember, it is a free choice for you to make. And are you and making that choice for you is the greatest thing that you can ever do. Because if you can choose what you want to become, then what are you choosing? First thing that I want you to do, and I want you to pay attention to. Again, remember the things that resonates with you. Go ahead and put it inside the chat, because those who may see it on the replay might not have saw it from your perspective, and you might have brought something to light for them based off of something that you saw. They're like, oh, okay, that can be their aha moment. So, all right. So the first thing that I want you to do is think of things working out more often. Because a lot of times, to become what we want, to choose what we want to become, we have to ensure that our thoughts are renewed and our thoughts changed. Because when we're looking at our thoughts of working more often than saying that this is not going to happen, then we can change how we become based off of the choices that we choose to do or the choices that we choose to see. So when you choose to become, you have to understand that you begin to take on the responsibility of possible. What is a responsibility of possible? Because the things that you see that are possible that you can do, you then take on those responsibilities that you can do it over and over again. Because when you become responsible for something, you have to understand that you can't hide. You can't hide it because it's going to flow so freely out of you that people are going to be like, man, I see something new about you. I see uh, uh, a different way that you carry yourself, because it's going to be so apparent, and you're going to have to begin to back yourself and not waiting for somebody else to back you, not waiting for somebody else's validation, because you are valid within your own right. Back yourself. And when you assume that you have the ability to do it because you're looking at the good things more, working out more so than the bad things, then you have to understand, instead of sabotaging your own success, you do have the ability to think power into you and be and not worry about those toxic things, because you have the ability to change those toxic thoughts and bring them into the reality of there is something greater inside of you, and it is working, and it can work, and it will work. Because when you're looking at the bad stuff as being there, when you're looking at the good things that's happening for you, the good thoughts that you're creating, the good choices that you're making, then you're not worrying about the bad things, because the bad things will change. Why? Because when you're changing, there's going to be people that's not going to like your change, and you're going to have to be okay with it, because the changes that you're making are for you. So if I am what I choose to become, I am not worried about the things that you don't like, because the decisions that I'm making freely are based on me creating something for the future me. And those are the things that you say to you, for you, about you, if you're projecting the you that you are about to become. Because sometimes what we choose to become might not be what someone else thought we were going to be. And I'm sorry. You're gonna have to look at it that way. I'm sorry that I'm not what you uh I'm sorry. If you reject my new me because I choose not to go out to the clubs no more, or I choose not to smoke weed no more, or I choose not to drink anymore, I'm sorry you reject that. You don't see me as being fun because I'm not doing those things anymore. I'm sorry. Not really, but but really, if you reject the new me because I've changed something, then I'm sorry for that. And you're going to have to be able to let that go, because you are going to begin to learn more about yourself. And you'll probably learn more about some people that's rejecting you. Oh man, I didn't know you was like that. So if alcohol and the weed was the best part of you hanging around me, and now because I choose not to do that, because I choose to become sober for my kids, or I choose to become sober for my family or for my career, and now that's a problem because I choose that. So I also choose to become a better me. And if that choice is me walking away from me, or you walking away from me, I'm cool with that. So I welcome your rejection, because where I'm going is a place that I see that you're not willing to go. And I'm choosing to go forward freely, because I have affirmed my to do and my what not. to do. All right. So number 3 is to concentrate on what you can do. I mean, you're already going to have people that's going to be talking about what you can't do. It's cool. I'm not worried about you because I just said you have to welcome the rejection with open arms. I don't care about that because I'm concentrating on me, because if I choose to become what I want to become, then I have to understand that there is a level of concentration that I have to have on me in order for that to take place, because choosing yourself can become lonely. And you're going to have to be okay with that. Choosing yourself can become lonely because when you understand the journey that you are about to go on, and you may feel like you're by yourself on this journey, you have to understand that there are some things, honestly, that because I'm learning this about myself, I must also know that there are things that I'm just trash at. That's just me being honest for me, and that's possibly you being honest for you. You may find the when you're concentrating on things that that you can do, you're going to notice like, man, I'm trash at that. I'm not so good at that, because when you tear down those barriers, then you're going to begin to look at the things that you're good at, because you're going to make decisions that is going to do much better for your body. You're going to make decisions that is going to create more income for you. You're going to make decisions that's going to give you the ideal people that you want to surround yourself. And you're going to make decisions that begin to prioritize your learning and the things that you want to learn, because now you're concentrating on the things that you can do. And it's just going to make it that much more easier for you, because when you begin to focus and concentrate on you, you're investing your time into things in a different way. So what if you begin to look at, I'm going to invest 70% of my time on the good habits and the good activities that I know that I can do, but I'm then going to look at the 30% of the things that I know that I don't do so well. I'm going to outsource those things. That's you becoming what you know that you can become, but also understanding your shortfalls and the things that you're not so good at. So I'm going to outsource, because the things that I'm not so good at, that may be somebody else's strengths. So I am going to become a much better steward of my skills, my talent, and my gifts. So if I'm investing 70% on the great things that I can do, the things that I know I'm just dope at, but then the 30% I'm gonna outsource. That is managing the expectations of your talents and managing the expectations of your gifts, and empowering somebody else's gifts to still work within your favor. That's still you becoming what you choose to become, a manager of talent and a manager of expectations, by empowering somebody else's gifts. I'm just saying. So, number 4 is do what's best for your future you. Doing what's best for your future you, that is also you looking at the present you. Choosing yourself is the beginning of shaping or reshaping the you that you are based on the choices that you make in this present moment. So what is your future you saying? Don't you know you can listen to your future you by the present you? Because each time that you choose yourself right now, you help your future you, visualizing that the future motives of your present self really push you through the barriers of where you are about to go, because you see again your gifts and your talent. Because if I empower what's best for my future self, I must stand strong and stand firm on a decision that I make today. My decision gives me and embodies my future self based off of how I see me right now. Now, I know I said it was 4, but I'm gonna gift you one. one more. The last one is, it is fine to become yourself. It's fine to be, it's okay. You have to be okay with that. It's fine to become you. There's so many other people. I'm sure some of us know people that want to be everybody else them, right? Do you know people that want to be everybody else but themselves? People have made choices to do what everybody else is doing instead of do the things that they know they should be doing. But it's fine to become yourself. It's fine to become you. It's fine to empower you. It's fine to exemplify the excellence that you have. And knowing that becoming me is you reshaping your brand, because now your brand is now excellence. How many of us want our brand to be excellence? That's you becoming you. That's you making that affirmed and confirming that decision of what to do and what not to do. Because the things that I do not want to do, I have to be okay again with those who do not like the new change, because I've changed something for the better, because I'm not doing those things that they thought that I would be doing forever. And the last thing I want y'all to what y'all to do and what y'all to say is, I can decide. I can decide. That's what I want you to say. Because remember, if we're talking about I am what I choose to become, then you have to understand that you can decide. You can decide. And it is your choice to stand firm on your decision to choose what you decided to choose. And you and everyone is going to have to be okay with that. You're going to have to be okay with it. Your mama going to have to be okay with it. Your daddy going to have to be okay with it. Your wife's going to have to be okay with it. Your husband, your friends, your enemies, everybody's going to have to be okay with it, because it is your choice to make. Because remember, if a decision is a free and to freely decide based on considerations, what if you allow your power of do something better for you? Think about that. And I want you to eat on that for the rest of the day. What if you use your power of choice to choose for you? If today is your day of choice, then how about you choose something for you? Say that for me, because a lot of times I've put a lot of other people before myself. I put a lot of other situations before myself. That it's like me learning that I am just as important as my power of choice is just as important for me than it is for me to choose to do something for you. That's not selfish. And we have to understand that that's because you choose to do something for yourself does not necessarily mean that selfish act. That could probably and possibly be the most selfless thing that you can do for you. Especially if you're a creative, because a lot of times creative get used so much that nobody gives a damn about them, because they are taking from them for so much for so long that that person is so used to pouring out, but they're not used to pouring in. And for me, I've been in that space to where you've given so much to everyone and to a lot of other things that you've taken your power of choice away, because you've been given the choice to do so, but you chose to put it into somebody else. It's just like when they say, choose ye this day, choose you. I done dropped my other mic. Choose you. Because I am what I choose to become. You are what you choose to become. And it gets bigger and better and greater because if you're working on the future, you look at how you see yourself right now in the present. And I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. Why? Man, I want y'all to be blessed. I want y'all to be fruitful. I want y'all to be bountiful. I want your harvest to be bountiful. I want your gifts to stir inside every room that you're in. Because they can say your gifts will make room for you, but you really have to stir up the gift. Because if it made room for you, what rooms are you in? And have you stirred up the gift in the room? Because sometimes you might be a gift in the room, but if you don't stir it up, how are you going to create the energy? Because energy has to have a conductor in order for it to create electricity. So if you're naturally magnetic, then you have to find things that you are attracted to that attracts you. And then as you become the conductor, then you can become the gift in the room and you can stir up everybody else's gift only because you have been obedient with becoming the who that you were supposed to become based off of your free power of choice. All right, I'm gonna get off. Hey, y'all be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 every weekday, right here at Consistency is Currency, your more cast of choice. Man, y'all be blessed. Peace.